Hey everyone, this is Kit Cabello with Harlan's Media, and we are here in the Pilsen community here in the city of Chicago. And I'm joined here today as one of the Pilsen Alliance youth organizers. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Anderson. As you mentioned, I'm a youth organizer for Pilsen Alliance.
All right. So essentially, there's a large scale problem that's happening here in Pilsen that a lot of people don't know about, and that's the gentrification that's making a huge impact. The result of it has led to 10,000 people being displaced here. So far, what is the current situation that's happening in Pilsen, and what is the community trying to do to really stop the large real estate developers that are, coming into this part of the city to basically displace people?
Yeah, really, it's a really complicated issue. I think there's so many different factors that come into play here, and I think that's why, in a lot of senses, it's a issue that's very difficult, right? To know exactly from what angle is most effective to fight against, right? You have like the developers that come in and they really want to profit off of this displacement that's happening here. You have the business owners that come in that want to open their fancy restaurants and also make profit off of the new influx of people that are coming in. You have like the politicians, right? Like Danny Solis, the alderman, like making money off of his like campaign contributions. Which are really in a way just legal bribes, from developers. So there's all these different factors, and now I think this other angle, which I think is the angle that doesn't really even get looked at a lot, but in Pilsen it's a really serious issue. Is the even like the nonprofits, right, that come in and legitimize what the alderman is doing by creating these like community-driven zoning process that are really just them sitting in a room secretly meeting with developers. So that's what we're here to talk about today. Is the Pilsen Land Use Committee and how they've basically used the struggle for a community-driven zoning process as a way for them to basically get in on the profit.
It seems for the most part that the local alderman is just basically turning a blind eye to all this. Has anyone in the Pilsen Alliance, has there been any attempts to really have a sit down with the alderman?
Yeah, I honestly, I would even say like turning a blind eye would be like an understatement. I think, he's very. I think if anything, he's very carefully maneuvering things here in Pilsen to make sure that he profits as much as possible and he makes as much money off of this. Off of the campaign contributions that he gets from developers and all these different ways, right? Or even like also like intimidating like small business owners and taking away their license and stuff like that. So there's yeah, I think there's a lot that he does here in Pilsen concerning gentrification, specifically like that is having a negative effect on the community. And no, we haven't had a sit down with him. I don't think we've even tried, any time recently. He's very like, as far as that, he's very unresponsive. He's not, I think it's kind of like a known thing here in Pilsen that when I started like organizing more and working with community organizations here, I think that was one of the first things that I was like learning about how like, well, how can we get him in the room? There's no way to get him in the room. He doesn't come. So.
And there's never been like a town hall or for a call for a town hall to, really
Oh
address these
yeah,
concerns?
there's been a lot. There's been numerous. And as far as the time that I've been here, like the amount of time that I spent like organizing with Pilsen Alliance, there's been a bunch of town halls that we've had that are public that he can attend that are even speaking about him. And I think in many cases he's been invited to personally and publicly, and he doesn't show up.
Now, of course, in 2019, that's when a lot of municipal seats here will be up for election. Has there been any kind of response or a coalition to try and basically, challenge his seat so that somebody new can come in to represent the people of Pilsen?
Well, I wouldn't really be able to speak on that because I'm not really involved in the electoral politics of Pilsen at the moment. I know, there's like the 25th Ward IPO that's doing would probably be the ones that are more concerned with that, and other political organizations, DSA and stuff like that. But I think for me as a youth organizer in Pilsen Alliance, my focus is more on building grassroots movements, and I think, yeah, to challenge him, to expose him, to push him to do certain things. And I think on that note, the people that we can put more pressure on because they are more concerned with their public image. For example, TRP, who has played a big role in the Pilsen Land Use Committee, and unlike the aldermen, they're I think a lot more worried about what people in Pilsen think about them. I think those are the people that we can push even more to basically be held accountable for what they've been doing in Pilsen.
And finally, where can our viewers learn more about the Pilsen Alliance Youth Organization? Perhaps they want to volunteer or help out.
So if you look up PA Youth Committee, so PA together in capitals, and then Youth Committee on Facebook, that's our Facebook page, and you can like us on Facebook and stay updated on when our events are. We post all of our events on there, or even message us and ask us when the next opportunity is to get involved, and we'll be sure to respond to you and get information out to you. And then also the general Pilsen Alliance page. So if you look up Pilsen Alliance on Facebook, you can get more information on that, and on our website as well.
All right, thank you very much for joining Hard Lens Media. This is Kid, everyone. Peace.
You're watching Hard Lens Media.